Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and today is a historic day. Bitcoin has hit a new all-time high, as undoubtedly you have heard by now, breaking above $69,000, and the dollar figure you're going to see, depending on where you look, is going to be a little bit different. Here you can see there's an article from CNBC. Bitcoin rises to record above $69,000, then quickly tumbles 8%, and they reference $69,210 is the high according to Coinmetrics. I've seen other sources at about $69,300. If you go to Live Coin Watch, they're only reporting $68,950, which is still an all-time high. And that's just because data is collected in various ways by different index sites like Live Coin Watch and CoinMarketCap. But I'll just say this at the outset. Despite the massive pullback, I mean, I hope that you guys, having been in crypto for at least a few years, just about all of you, at least a few years, I'm hoping that you're not the types that were frightened by this. The fact that this happened was a well-known possibility. In fact, I think it was literally yesterday I was sharing perspective from, for instance, Credible Crypto, warning that this is one of the scenarios that could play out. You could see the Bitcoin all-time high get tagged, which is what we got, and then see a notable pullback. I've been excited the whole time. Even as the market started melting down a bit, I've just felt nothing but excitement throughout the day. Because I'll tell you this, now that this has happened, I have the strongest conviction I've ever had that XRP will indeed be hitting a new all-time high. So let's talk about what's going on and share some perspective from a number of individuals. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. At the time I record this, by the way, it is 7:13 p.m. Central Time, and this is Tuesday, March 5th, 2024. XRP 59 cents, Bitcoin down to $63,610. And if you look at the spread here for XRP from bottom to top over the last 24 hours, 55.4 cents was the low after things started cratering down this afternoon, and 24-hour high 66.7 cents. So, from top to the bottom, that's a 17% decrease. So pretty wild. Now, obviously, it's popped up a bit since then, so only down 9.76% for the last 24 hours currently, but wow. Bitcoin, again, well, we already talked about that. Take a look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, 75 out of 100. So yesterday, we were at 90 out of 100, which was extreme greed. Now we're just knocked back into regular old greed. Incredible stuff here. So what actually can we expect next? And I am going to get into what caused this pullback in just a minute, but let's get to something that's a little bit more exciting, because I'm assuming that the vast majority of you listening to this channel, you've been here for a hot minute. I don't think a ton of new retailers are in here yet, although if you're one of them, welcome to the party. It's going to be fun. But let's talk about what might be happening in the future, and then I do want to talk specifically about XRP, because I have some thoughts on this, and I'd love to run by you guys and also get some feedback from you. But there's this article on the from the Daily Hodl, and I don't want to read the whole thing, just the tail end here definitely caught my attention. Reads as follows. And so this is about expectations of where Bitcoin historically, where it has gone in the past, and then you can maybe come up with some suspicions and expectations about what's going to be happening in the very short term in terms of price action. They write, historically, Bitcoin has continued to run red hot after reaching its all-time highs. As noted by Bitcoin researcher and advocate Dylan LeClaire, this is how long it took Bitcoin to double in price after passing previous all-time highs. And so obviously the timing of this rather relevant, considering we just hit an all-time high this morning for Bitcoin, despite the pullback. So once that happens, how long does it take to double? The price to double, which would take us, about $138,000 if it doubles. I'm no math wizard, but that's about what it would be. Well, in December of 2020, it took 18 days. That was it. December, and so that would be when Bitcoin finally crossed for the first time that $20,000 price level. 18 days later, doubled. In March of 2017, the price doubled in 84 days. In November of 2013, it doubled in 10 days. That's it. In March of 2013, it took 18 days. And then they note the last time Bitcoin beat its all-time high, its price tripled in 103 days. If that were to happen again, it would bring Bitcoin to $207,000. So I think it's the case that the amount of time we have left in this bull market is perhaps not that great. And I don't pretend to know exactly how long this thing's going to run, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's several months, half a year, something like that. And then it's all pretty much going to be over. But in this time period, we're going to be able to achieve our life-changing wealth. And XRP is finally going to hit a new all-time high in enterprise discovery. I mean, that's my bet. I can't know for sure. And fine, I could be wrong. But I'll absolutely publicly beat that drum and say, that's my bet. I believe that's what's most probable. And I actually posted that. Here, maybe I'm gonna just pull it up now. Yeah, I posted it this morning. XRP is going to hit a new all-time high. That's the first thing I posted after I saw Bitcoin hit a new all-time high. And somebody was giving me a little bit of trouble. Nothing crazy, nothing rude or anything, but just like basically saying, why are you looking at just one single metric? And I'm not. I'm absolutely not. I'm looking at the totality of the entire situation. But I'm noting, and this is an important thing to consider, XRP's never hit a new all-time high in a, if Bitcoin hadn't first. But now that has happened. So it's no one thing that's the end-all be-all, but my gosh. Like, to be clear here, and actually the blockchain backer was talking about this earlier, I believe he said like 22% of coins hit a new all-time high last cycle. 22%. So almost none of them. But the coins that did, a lot of them had developer activity that was notably high. And other than that, if they didn't have notably high developer activity, I mean, I think what you find is that they're just broadly used. There's actual utility to them. And so the coins that are in the top 10 by market cap, there's a reason that all of them last market cycle ran to new all-time highs except for XRP. And why didn't XRP? Well, because it was under attack by the SEC. It's not like there's something wrong with XRP. But the idea that the top 10 coins, which the market deems as the most useful and valuable on the whole, despite stupid coins bumping up in and out. Like I understand that. So the idea, though, that broadly speaking, the vast majority of coins in the top 10 being accepted as the by the market as being functionally the most important, it's absurd to think that those coins, especially a coin like XRP, to think that it wouldn't hit a new all-time high, absolutely absurd to me. Now, by the time this cycle's done, if XRP actually doesn't hit a new all-time high, yeah, we need to have a serious talk. I will be wondering functionally what is wrong. And so my only, and I just want to be getting it all out here to be on the record, the only caveats I have to that is if we have a black swan event and it cuts this whole thing short and XRP doesn't run, okay, well, that's a little outside. When I'm saying XRP is going to hit a new all-time high, and that's my bet, I'm saying the market gets to go crazy. We have the blow off top, and XRP is a part of it. If there's a black swan event, that's a little bit different. If for some reason we don't have an actual alt season, and then XRP as a result doesn't hit a new all-time high, well, okay. So those are my two caveats. Those are the only two I've been able to think of in the weeks and months leading up to this point. But outside of that, I'm saying if the market's going to run, XRP is going to run with it. I think there's about a 0% chance it doesn't. It just doesn't it doesn't make sense. Why, out of over 20,000 coins, XRP is the one that gets treated different? It's like the only useful coin that doesn't get to go to a new all-time high. I don't believe it. I don't believe for a moment that's what's most probable. And yes, I admit I could be wrong, but I don't think that's most probable. I really don't. XRP's hitting a new all-time high, son. It's just a matter of time. Start the clock. Here's a post by chart analyst Josh Rager. This is a Bitcoin price chart. He said, just to give clarity, last time Bitcoin was on the verge of breaking the $20,000 all-time high in 2020, it took about 2 weeks to fully cross with chop and sideways just under the previous high. Expect some sideways action to happen here under $69,000. Nothing to get overly worried about, in my opinion. And so, folks, there is historic precedent for this. And look, I don't know if I talked about this too much, but in terms of my expectations, once Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, well, I didn't think it would just flutter about there exactly at $69,000 for some long period of time. I thought either it's going to reject hard or it's going to blast off tremendously. And we got a pretty hard reject initially. And so, if this is going to look kind of like what happened in 2020, okay, maybe we go sideways for a little bit, some weeks, and maybe that'll give some time for certain altcoins to pop off. It's going to be fun regardless, even if Bitcoin consolidates for a little bit before another major push to the upside. Okay, but in all likelihood at this point, if you just look at historic precedent, Bitcoin's going way higher. And so, even though I'm not, at all excited about the multiplier effect for Bitcoin from this price level. I mean, we've already had the run from, about $15,000 dating back over a year ago. I understand the implications for the rest of the crypto asset class. That's why I'm excited. And yes, if Bitcoin does get close to $100,000, I'm going to start selling finally. I've been holding that S-word coin since 2017, okay? So I will start selling it. I'll start scaling out. I don't know if I'll sell all of it before $100,000, but honestly, that's enough of a return for me. Like, it's pretty good. Maybe I hold on to a chunk of it after that. I haven't decided right now. It doesn't really matter. I'll be making a pretty penny on it. That's the point. And again, holding over 6 years, though. Gotta get paid at some point, right? Then there was also this post from Michael Vandepop. And this is actually from before, 15 hours ago, from before Bitcoin hit an all-time high, of course. And he wrote, massive run and massive upwards move on Bitcoin. It didn't hit a new all-time high, but it likely will likely come in the next few days. I think we'll be seeing mid 50,000 regions in the coming months, and I think we'll see altcoins continue to rally. Some have woken up. And so we haven't hit the 50,000s, but it's not absurd to think that could happen. It's just nice. It is nice to see that Bitcoin's held above that particular level. And so for the fun of it, given that last market cycle, he was putting out some, because he does not like XRP. Nothing against him. He seems like a friendly dude and all. But he put out some wacky nonsense price predictions for XRP, which aged like a fine milk, And so I just thought I'd ask him, what do you expect for XRP? And he didn't respond. That's okay. He doesn't have to. But somebody wrote to me named Crypto Coco and wrote to me and said, those dinosaur coins will never go to all-time high again. And so I responded to him and said, like the dino coin Bitcoin, the most dino of all? Like, I'm telling you, it's just completely absurd. Like, I understand a lot of the older coins are never going to see new all-time highs, but some will. Like some are actually moving up there. I mean, like there are a lot of old coins in the top 10, actually. I mean, all things considered. You got Bitcoin, you got ETH, you got XRP. Hell, even Tron until recently was in the top 10, and that hasn't hit a new all-time high, I don't think anyway, since, I guess, 2017. But still, you get the point. Like, there are some older coins that are functionally useful, tried and true, so yeah, they're part of the asset class. They're going to move in tandem with everything else. And the valuable ones, they're going to hit new all-time highs and enter price discovery. That's just how it works. Here's a post from chart analyst Credible Crypto. All-time highs broken before the halving. Congrats, fam. Let's enjoy this. Indeed. Celebrate today. Have a good time. This is a big freaking deal. And again, my conviction has never been higher. I feel like it's almost like once I saw the all-time high for Bitcoin, once it sunk in a little bit, I just felt relief. I was like, yeah, I was like, there's nothing else making me think that XRP might not hit a new all-time high now. There's nothing else. I mean, am I forgetting something? Am I missing something? Again, unless one of those things I listed, one of the two things I listed as, potential caveats occurs, like a black swan event or whatever, it's happening. Why the hell wouldn't it happen? And even if it's at the end of the market cycle, okay, whatever. And even if that's the case, I will tell you, the last two market cycles, XRP ran in separate bursts before hitting its cycle highs. So we're probably going to see a massive move for XRP sooner than later when alts are running. And even if that won't take us to new all-time highs right away, and I wouldn't necessarily expect it to, although it could, cool. So we don't have to wait till the very end of the cycle in all likelihood to see some fireworks. But again, just don't be surprised if it does blast off last, just because historically it has. Just don't be caught off guard if that's the case. I'm going to be celebrating and in party mode the whole time. And I'll be scaling out. As soon as XRP gets anywhere close to $5, I'm going to start to scale up. If it gets there, I'll probably make a sell, I don't know, maybe about 5% of my holdings. Nothing crazy. Probably about 5% of my holdings once we get close to $5. Maybe I might even sell a little bit below $5 just because I know that's a psychological level that may hit some resistance. Who knows? I mean, maybe things going bonkers and it'll just melt through it. But just take a little risk off the table. And it really, even if I sell 5%, I think, if I did my math right, I think that about takes me to break even on XRP, basically. Basically, I've recouped what I invested, which is a lot. I put a lot of dollars. It's my largest individual crypto holding by a lot. Here's another post from chart analyst Credible Crypto, Bitcoin price chart on your screen, and he said, this is at 1:07 p.m. Central Time, by the way. He said, working on some more in-depth charts and or a potential video, but in the meantime, I'll leave you with this. $61,450 on Bitcoin is the most important level on the chart right now on lower time frames. It holds the key to continuation to the upside after some consolidation, or a potentially deeper correction back into the mid/high 50,000s. We'll get further clarity on which scenario is most likely as more price action develops. And to be clear, even if that happens, this is not something he is concerned about. Not in the least. And then as far as what happened here, well, again, tale as old as time. Leverage, absolutely wrecking people. It's just, I'll never understand why the typical person thinks it's sane to be playing with leverage when you're talking about crypto, the most volatile asset class on the entire damn planet, by a lot. Not by a little, but by leagues. I can't understand the simpleton mind that thinks this makes sense. And I understand that there's some traders that successfully use it, and good for them. Cool. I'm saying for the typical person, you get wrecked. I'm sorry, the thousands of percent of gains that we see in crypto, I'm sorry, that's not enough for you? You need to play with fire? Are you sure? Okay, well, enjoy being an idiot, stick. So anyway, here's what Credible Crypto had to say. Nice flush on open interest. Reset back to levels it was at before the run from 60 to 70,000. All the levered positions built up that run have been effectively rinsed. Open interest is nearly back at our last bottom level, which is already historically low. So I don't expect it to drop too much further, which also means chances of another major liquidation event following this one are low. More likely the worst of the drop is over, and we now chop/consolidate to gather further strength for the next run on the highs. And he posted that at 2:31 p.m. Central Time. So, again, the fact that the market went down, not terrifying. This has done nothing to make me stop smiling. Are you kidding? This is an incredible day. We are so close to the life-changing wealth we've been waiting for years. It's right there. Here's a post from the blockchain backer, and this is pretty fascinating. He said, here, I'll make this full screen too. He says, I do believe that liquidation competes with FTX collapse liquidation, if not darn close. Good news is when these happen, things usually settle down. So he's comparing the liquidation event today with what happened in November of 2022 when FTX collapsed. That's intense. We see Bitcoin hit an all-time high and then an FTX level liquidation event. I love crypto. It's so stupid. Here's another post from the blockchain backer. I do not believe the 2020 and 2016 comparisons are going to work this time around for Bitcoin. Everyone is relying on them. Way too many things are different. And by the way, I think that's completely fair, especially if you're looking at what's happening with small cap stocks. Where's the expansion in the market? He's been beating that drum quite a bit, and it's true, which is why I'm glad that he's been bringing it up. These are valid points. And then there's a question about what's happening with gold. Normally in a time like this, it wouldn't be increasing in price and hitting new all-time high. So there's a couple things. But I guess that just means we don't have a great map for what this is going to look like, other than we understand when Bitcoin hits new all-time highs, usually gets even more insane after that, which is what just happened today. We have a lot to look forward to. 2024 is going to be amazing. I mean, it already has been, frankly. But just think what we've been through. All the nonsense with the SEC attacking our XRP community, financially harming us, going through a bear market, 2022, all the collapse, everything that's happened, just to surge back out of there. We deserve what's coming, as long as it's good stuff. And I think it is. I really think it is. Then there was this from chart analyst Gert Van Lagen. He said, Bitcoin always pumped pre-halving to the upper blue trend line. Each touch of the upper trend line was by a fifth subwave, also known as a blow-off top. The cycle is finalizing, not starting here, most likely in style with a moonshot straight to $200,000. Well, wouldn't mind seeing that. Now, mind you, if Bitcoin makes it to $200,000, I will have sold my entire position well before that. Absolutely. But again, I was buying at 4 digits. So if you're talking about, going to 6 digits, I gotta get the hell out of that S-word coin. I got. I'm having a little fun. I like Bitcoin. I'm having fun. But But anyway, so yeah, so as far as the blow off topic, it is just a matter of time here. Like I can't imagine us not having something like that. That just doesn't make sense. The market's just getting hotter and hotter, frankly. But he's right. Most of the move for Bitcoin, it is over. Even if you get a twofold increase, or say it is insane, and you do get a threefold increase from here, and it's a little over $200,000. Fantastic. And in fact, I really do mean that, by the way, because if you see that, the multiplier effect for altcoins is going to be that much higher. There will be that much more money capable of rotating to XRP and ETH and pick your coin. Oh, it's going to be bonkers. Here's another post from Gert Van Lagen. Discovery, momentum, blow off. Final stage of the 2018 through 2024 bull market. FOMO is about to kick in. Amen, brother. And this was interesting, too. There's a post from Charlie Shrem. He said, Bitcoin all-time high around $69,000. Congrats, everyone. This memory came up today. Guess what the price was? Don't look. Now, mind you, I'm sure many of you know who Charlie Shrem is. He was the founder of BitInstant, one of the first cryptocurrency exchanges ever, way, way, way back in the day. And he shared a post, it's a screen grab, of something that he wrote on March 5th, 2013, 11 years ago today. He said, wow, Bitcoin is really high right now. Now, that's subjective. What's really high to him as of 11 years ago today? Well, here's a historical snapshot of Bitcoin on CoinMarketCap March. I'm sorry. This is May 5th, 2013. I made a mistake there. Let me see if there is one closer to that then. 1 second here. Let's go to historical snapshots. 2013. Oh, shoot. It doesn't go back that far. Damn it. Well, so the oldest one we got is April 28th, 2013. And Bitcoin at the time was $134. So I don't know if it had come down from them because that it was over a month later. But either way, 3 digits. Whatever the price was, 3 digits, my friends. My gosh, it's crazy because look here, CoinMarketCap is listing at that point 7 coins. They're now over 20,000. How many are listed? Does it show up here? Over. Well, I thought that the numbers are on the top. This is it. 2.2 million now. I don't know. I don't want to get off track here. It doesn't matter. That's kind of not the big point of anything that I'm covering in this video. I just thought it was kind of fun to take a little bit of a stroll down memory lane after he shared that. Because, my God, I think that if you take a snapshot of the price action today and fast forward, another 11 years, yeah. People are going to be like, you lucky sons of bitches, buying XRP under 60 cents and Bitcoin under $100,000. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, look at this, though. It's so funny to see this April 2013. XRP is not even listed. So XRP existed, but it actually wasn't tracked by CoinMarketCap until, I believe, August of 2013. And I don't even know when it started trading on any exchanges, so that may be part of the reason. There may just have been no liquidity, and it just wasn't being traded anywhere. I can't, off the top of my head, I just don't recall when it officially started trading. And then there was this from chart analyst Tech Dev, 434,000 followers on X. He said, new Bitcoin all-time high, RIP halving narrative. Yep. And then he shared one of his posts from July 16th last year. He said, doesn't look like it's ever been the halving. Clever Satoshi tried to line it up, though. It's a liquidity cycle world. Bitcoin lives in it. Spot on. The halving narrative is dead. Now, some people are going to try and carry it forward, undoubtedly, but it's nonsense and garbage and does not matter. It's just saying that the 4-year halving cycle is the reason that we see the price action we see is just as stupid as saying that the reason we see the price action for Bitcoin is actually the presidential election in the United States. Because that's 4 years too. No, the reason that it's not exactly 4 years is because it is about liquidity. It's the liquidity cycle, which is less than 4 years. That's why you're seeing it different now. So we'll see what happens here, folks. Just enjoy today. I know XRP is a little bit down right now. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. And the worse it looks against against Bitcoin, if you're talking about the XRP BTC pair, great, because that's the closer to liftoff then. Because historically, as that's looked more and more disgusting, we've gotten that much closer to XRP rocketing out of there and closing that gap. It's going to happen at some point. Like, that's my conviction, and I don't know for sure. So, I'm a dude on the internet, so, take that for what it's worth. I mean, my name's Moon Lambo. That's dumb as hell. So, I'm not offering financial advice. You don't even know if I'm wearing pants. You do not know my current pants situation. You don't want to take advice from me, some dude on the internet named Moon Lambo. What a stupid ass name. So anyway, celebrate. I'm gonna. I've just been beaming today. I hope you guys, I really do hope so. It's just we've been through so much, you know? This is incredible. XRP is gonna hit a new all-time high. It's going to enter price discovery, and it would have last cycle if not for those asshat pricks at the SEC, but we're still gonna get ours. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because if anything I say are right, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.